Hello YouTube, how are you doing today? This is Miss Bandwagon here. Thanks for stopping by my channel, I appreciate it. We are on book 4 of Ceres Celestial Legend. This one is named Chidori. If you'd like to catch up with us, you can go ahead and start watching the playlist up above. And if you want to keep watching with the rest of the story, go ahead and subscribe now and hit the notification button so you don't miss the rest of the videos. So if you remember from the last video, the Mikages had kidnapped Suzumi in an attempt to extract her powers, but the Algiris did not take that lightly and they ran to go save her. I don't know how they did it. It was kind of like a power of friendship kind of thing, or a listen to the sound of my voice and bring you back from the abyss kind of thing, but that's basically what they did. So they save Suzumi, they bring her back, they have an emotional moment, and everything's back to normal. Now this is the part of the story where I can tell a lot of people think that Ceres might be problematic, in which there is a lot of talk about men and how they desire women, but not to really love them, but rather to possess them. At one point, Ceres, she is in control of Aya's body, and she notices that Yuhi has feelings for Aya, and she's like, well, why do you like her? Why do you love her? And he responds, and I quote, I just couldn't seem to get past how much I wanted her. So I'm just like, do you like her because you like her, or do you like her because some other guy wants her? And that's a real trait that happens in the real life. I mean, ladies, have you ever noticed that there's no one within like a 50-mile radius who's like really into you, but as soon as you change your Facebook status to in a relationship, all the guys come out of the woodwork saying, I've been liked you, I've been had a crush on you? And it's like, come on, do you really like me because you like me, or because you just wanted to possess me, or you just wanted me before someone else could? So in a way, I could relate to that as well. And it's funny because she responds with, when it comes down to it, you men just focus on the conquest of females, driven by desires spawned by the instinct to pass on your essence. Now, that has some fire to it. That has some truth to it. Now, it would not be an anime or a manga if our characters did not inappropriately believe in the midst of war and turmoil that they deserved a trip to the beach. So that's exactly what they did. They went to a hot springs because they said, you know, it's been 4 volumes, we're tired, and I just can't even. So they decided to go to some hot springs far into the mountains, and one of the little girls that works in the hot springs, her name is Chidori, which is exactly what the name of this book is called. And Chidori says, I have a little brother, his name is Shota. How cute. You know, his name is Shota, and he is a paraplegic. He can't move. So she's like, wait a second, I've seen you before. Remember the fire from book 2 about how Urakawa was spontaneously combusting everywhere? That made national news. So she's like, wait a second, this is you here in the newspaper. But that was Aya in the form of Ceres. But she's like, you don't look the same. She's like, that's not me, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it's you. Come here, I have something to show you. So Chidori takes Yuhi and Aya to the hospital, and she's like, hey, this is my little brother, his name is Shota. And she's like, he's a paraplegic. You know, he got into an accident when we were little, and now he can't walk. But you have powers. I saw you fly in the newspaper clipping. Can you carry him up in the air or make him fly so he at least feels as though what it's like to be in the air? It was kind of cushy and kind of sappy, but I was like, okay. Shoujo manga, I'll bite. And so Aya's like, I don't know if I should be using my powers for something like that. And she's like, come on, you know, it would really make him happy. He's a little kid. It's like a little Make-A-Wish Foundation thing, please. And so Ceres, again, surprisingly, is like, yeah, I'd do it. And Ceres like, what, really? Like, yeah, I'm not a bad person. I'm just here to kill your family. So Aya's like, I don't know. I'll think about it. We'll be back. And she calls Toya on the phone, and she's like, you still haven't told me how you felt about me. And Toya's like, could you just not? Like, I don't have any memory or recollection of who I am. I have no memories. I have no family. I don't know who I am on this planet. I don't know my purpose or my existence is on this planet. All I know is that I just woke up with no memories, and these people said that they knew me, but I gotta work for them, and that means occasionally killing people. Can you give me a break? And she's like, I guess I didn't consider your feelings. I'm sorry. This manga is so Twilighty because Yuhi is just sitting on the corner just waiting for Aya to recognize his feelings from like book 2 as well. So he's just like, again, I'm right here. I do everything for you. I cook your meals. Remember that sit boy band from like book 2? I literally have no choice but to follow you around. I am in love with you. Or he thinks that he's in love with her. Again, shoujo manga. It's BS. Now, back at the hospital, our dastardly villains, the Mikage family, is up to no good. So it turns out the reason why Shota's in the hospital is not because he's paraplegic, it's because he, along with a whole bunch of other people in their town, have gotten very sick. And they're very sick because the Mikages have released a vector in the water supply. And when they ingest the vector, it's supposed to jumpstart any kind of cellular mutation. So if there are any celestial maidens in the vicinity, they will do like a forced mutation, and then they'll be able to capture them and use them for whatever purposes they're looking for. Turns out that Shota is not a carrier of the C genome, but his sister Chidori is. And because he's in the hospital and he's going through all these tests and he's in danger, she now goes under her transformation, but it's different. Unlike Urakawa, who just expressed the powers of her Celestial Maiden, Chidori is able to go under a complete cellular transformation. So she can express both the phenotype and the genotype of the Celestial Maiden. She's still stronger than Suzumi, who can only do the genotype, but still not as strong as Aya, who literally has the powers of the actual maiden inside of her. So after everything is said and done, everyone gets a happy ending. For some reason, Chidori's family is like, you know what, if this is happening to you, you should go to a totally different province of our country and live with these strangers. So now Chidori lives with Yuhi and Aya in the Aogiri residence. And that is the end of book 4. And I also found the definition that I was looking for. A progenitor is a person or a thing from which a person, animal, or plant is descended or originates, an ancestor or parent. They had called Aki the progenitor from like book 2, and I had no idea how to pronounce it or what it really meant. So I made sure I got the true definition. Thank you so much for sticking by this review. If you'd like to see more videos just like this in the series, then please subscribe and ring the bell for more. And if you want to like the video, then please like it. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.